Hello, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Code Journal. Today we are building something super practical, a password strength checker in Python. We will be using simple stuffs like if-else, functions and a bit of string checking. Nothing too crazy. By the end, you will have a tool that tells if your password is weak, medium or strong. Before writing the code, let's plan the structure. For a password to be strong, the password must contain 8 characters, an uppercase, a lowercase, a digit and a special character. If our password contains all these attributes, our password will be considered strong. Alright, let's jump into the code for our password strength checker. First, we are importing RE. This is Python's regular expression module. Don't worry if you are new to it. It just helps us check patterns in text, like whether the password has an uppercase letter, lowercase letter, or digit or any special characters. Next, I created a function called check password strength. This function takes in a password and then checks how strong the password is. Inside the function, I set strength to 0 to keep track of how strong the password is, and feedback to empty to store suggestions if something is missing. First, we check the length of the password. If it's 8 or more characters, we add 1 to the strength. If not, we give feedback saying the password must be at least 8 characters long. For uppercase letter, then we check if password has any uppercase letter using re.search. If yes, we add 1 to the strength. If not, we will append the feedback saying password must contain an uppercase letter. Similarly, we check for the lowercase letter, like in the uppercase letter. Then we will check for any special characters. If the password contains any of these special characters, the strength will add to 1. Else the feedback will be appended saying the password must contain a special character. Now for digits, we'll check if the password contains any of the digits. If yes, the strength is added, else the feedback is appended. Now at the end, if the strength is 5, we return strong password. If the strength is 3 or 4, we say it's medium strength password and show the suggestions. If the strength is less than 3, then we'll return weak password with suggestions what are missing out in the password. Outside the function, we ask the user to input a password using input. Then we call our function and print out the result. That's it. We just built a password strength checker in Python. A simple but really practical project. If you found this helpful, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe and share it with your friends who are learning Python too. I'll be back with more beginner friendly coding projects, so stay tuned. Until then, keep coding, keep learning.